Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of The Guido Goes Off, and this is a special edition as it is my No Mercy review. Um, well, yeah, let's just get started. Okay, starting off with the pre-show match. It was Apollo Crews taking on Elias. This match wasn't, there wasn't really a lot of fanfare for this one. It was kind of thrown together, but it was actually a very competitive and very solid match. And it does seem like people want to get behind Elias, even the LA crowd, which, oh, good lord, he went off on them pretty good in his stirring rendition of whatever song he was doing. Like I said, it was very competitive, very close. Um, it went to that one fatal mistake where Apollo took too long, or Apollo went to do a stinger splash in the corner, got um, ended up hitting his head in the turnbuckle. Then Elias hitting drift away. Um, 1, 2, 3, your winner, and the victory walks with Elias. And starting off the main body of the card was The Miz defending the Intercontinental title against Jason Jordan, or as I guess they're monikering him, much like the phenomenal AJ Styles, where you guys say the whole thing. You apparently have to say the whole thing. Kurt Angle's biological son, Jason Jordan. This is doing wonders for him. Now, it was kind of set up on the pre-show with Miz interrupting Kurt Angle during the kickoff panel. It was where the Miz pretty much cut the scathing promo, which Mrs. work like over the past couple of years has just been phenomenal, and this promo was no different. Basically saying that he was going to beat Jason Jordan and was going to be Kurt Angle's fault because Kurt Angle wasn't there for him and something, then going to give him a handkerchief to wipe Jason Jordan's nose after, was crying, but he was over. But getting to the match itself, the match is great, but the thing was, with this promo, and basically it being between Miz and, almost seems like it's between Miz and Kurt Angle, that Jason Jordan's an afterthought in this whole situation. But don't get me wrong, the match was entertaining. Jason Jordan is one of the most physically gifted guys on the roster, and when he's working. It's really good. The problem is there's just no character development. There's no, why should we care about him? And if you're going to keep doing this like this, I think some writers need to go to TNA, or whatever they're calling themselves now, because someone needs to teach Ed Nordholm a thing or two about wrestling. Now, of course, the finish wasn't a big surprise. The Miz Taraj got involved. Bo Dallas got on the apron. Jordan, I guess, threw him in. And then when the ref was trying to get Bo Dallas out, he went over and Kurt Axel hit him. And then the Miz hitting the skull-crushing finale for the 1, 2, 3. Your winner, and still Intercontinental Champion, The Miz. Now, the thing was, we had this after the match promo where Renee Young came in and interviewed Jason Jordan, and Jason Jordan's like, tearing apart The Miz and saying, I'm going to get a rematch. This was the kind of promo that you needed before the match. This promo would have been better served on the kickoff panel, because why are we interviewing this guy after he just lost? Because it's like they're trying to get things going further with this, but clearly, as we see the Raw after, they're pretty much washing their hands of it. So, like I said, your winner, The Miz. Moving on. Okay, the next match was Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins defending the Raw Tag Team Championship against Sheamus and Cesaro. Wow. This match was actually really good and really exciting. And to be honest, there's one thing that just stuck out in everybody's mind, and that was, of course, Cesaro's injury. I would say about 3 minutes into the match, Cesaro got a slingshot from Dean Ambrose into the turnbuckle. Well, Cesaro hit his teeth on the ring post, shoving them into his gums about, I think they keep saying 3 or 4 millimeters. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think it would have been a lot less painful if he had actually had the teeth knocked out. Because that had to freaking hurt. There is nowhere in this world where you can tell me that did not freaking hurt. And then he continued the match. Well, blood all over his face. Like he just got, just left the cast of Walking Dead. And, continue getting hit in the face. And then, with the inadvertent rogue kick, getting him in the face. Cesaro is a trooper. This match proved that. Now, of course, they did say that he is going to be undergoing maxillofacial surgery to get the teeth back down. He did end up having 3 stitches in his lower lip. But he was out there with Sheamus representing during his match, during Sheamus' match against Seth Rollins. And I don't know what was going on, but it just seemed like, well, Seth Rollins didn't seem like a factor in the match. And I don't know, did Ambrose get a blood transfusion from John Cena? Because he was kicking out of everything. Like, everything. But then, Cesaro got knocked, the inadvertent bro kick knocked Cesaro out of the ring. Sheamus then got the ripcord knee or King's Landing or whatever. I don't think they have a name for it yet. Seth Rollins' finishing move into the Dirty Deeds. Cover 1, 2, 3. Your winners and still Raw Tag Team Champions, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Okay, the next match was the Fatal 5-Way for the Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss defending against Bayley, Nia Jax, Sasha Banks, and Emma. I should have done something. Okay, let's just get into the match. This match got crazy from the start. There's a lot of ladies flying around, hitting a lot of moves. Ladies beating up ladies with other ladies. It got crazy. It was actually really fun to watch. Then things started to settle down when Nia started to get, started imposing her will. Before I go any further, one thing I did want to say, I know there's people saying that the way that them announcing Nia's weight and say, oh, she's proud to be a big. No, that's still body shaming, and that's bull crap. Because if you're going to start announcing one person's weight, you're announcing everybody's weight. And forgive me, I'm a bit traditional. You never discuss a woman's age or a woman's weight. And so I feel that Nia's weight should not be listed. But, Nia threw that around. She pretty much started dominating the match until the inevitable happened where all the other ladies teamed up on her. I think it was... let's see. I think it was Emma's trying to powerbomb her off the apron. And then Bayley's like, no, here, let me help you out. And then they're both pulling a leg and one of Nia's legs. And then Sasha and Alexa both run into the drop kick. And then they finally, it did look a bit hairy there. Then they equalized her. Then you did see the interesting one where Sasha and Bayley are both breaking up each other's pinfalls on Alexa, trying to get the finish. I guess they're trying to hint at them fighting each other, which they've given us some good matches, so that'd be nice to see. And then The Nia, got in there, tried to pin with a leg drop, and then she got knocked out again. And then Emma tried something. She got hit by Bayley, and then finally, Alexa Bliss hitting the DDT again. Your winner and still Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss. Well, up until this point, we had a great pay-per-view, and then this happened. As they were saying, WrestleMania caliber match, John Cena versus Roman Reigns. I'm not going to lie, this match reminded me a lot of SummerSlam 2005 with John Cena taking the role of Shawn Michaels, because towards the beginning with everything going on, and Cena was just overselling all of Roman's offense. It just didn't, he kept saying, it's time to pass the torch, time to pass the torch. The way this match went, it didn't feel like Cena wanted to pass the torch. But that he was forced into doing this, kind of like I said with SummerSlam 05, with what Hulk Hogan did, which was supposed to be that series of matches. But then Hogan said, I don't want to do a 3-match series. I'm going over. Screw everyone else. And then Michaels just basically made him look like shit. It was interesting that after 4 AAs, including an Avalanche AA, Roman just seemed to forget to sell. The table spot was interesting. We all thought Roman might have gotten hurt there, basically landing on his own head after that spear. And finally, it went back into the ring. And then with another spear, Roman Reigns wins. They hyped this match to be a WrestleMania caliber match. I'm sorry, it wasn't even Battleground caliber. These two guys are supposed to be the top guys. Roman's supposed to be the top guy. And these guys have delivered in matches in the past. This one, it felt phoned in. I'm sorry. I know there's people who watch this like Roman. I know there's people who watch this like Cena. This match literally felt phoned in. There was no... It just seemed like there was no heart in it, no passion in it. It was just a job. It was just them doing a job. And it's sad with these top-tier, top-level talents when it feels like it's just a job. And they are acting accordingly. I know that Reigns is now going to be working a program with The Miz, and it's to be the torch. This whole big passing of the torch. Now we've seen some great passing of the torch moments. Hogan Warrior WrestleMania 6, Hogan Rock WrestleMania 18, Rock Cena. And then this this is supposed to be a passing of the torch moment. It just felt like Cena just tossed it. And Roman's like, okay, I guess it's mine now. Picks it up, picks it up with his teeth, trots off to the doghouse because he's the big dog and this is his yard. It was just kind of like it felt like we got an oh well from them. And like I said, these are two of the top guys, two of the biggest acts in recent history, and a lot of us expected better. Okay, on to pretty much the one that got everybody talking, but for all the wrong reasons. Enzo Amore taking on Neville for the Cruiserweight Championship, and I did make a comment about this. I'm like, call it what you will. I mean, yeah, it was on the quote-unquote death spot of the card, but it was the first time in a very long time the Cruiserweight Championship wasn't defended on the pre-show. And as we all saw from Raw, Enzo talking about, the impact he's made since he came into the Cruiserweight division. The truth is, he is not wrong. Yeah, we may hate it, but well, let's get into the match. Enzo, Neville, of course, the champion coming out first for some ungodly reason. Then Enzo coming out dressed up like Beetlejuice again. You were wondering. Then he's cutting a scathing promo, of course, and then going into calling Neville, comparing Neville to Gollum. By the way, I want my $5, Enzo. That is my material. Get your own. And then the match started, and we almost had a count out in the first few minutes. And Enzo, basically the majority of the match was Enzo getting ragdolled. Enzo having nearly no offense whatsoever. He did finally got something. There was where Neville was looking to hit the red arrow, and he's like, no, you're not good enough for the red arrow. Then missed with the second rope Phoenix Splash. Enzo then got on the top and did that flying DDT. That looked dangerous. And didn't get the cover. And then basically Enzo got knocked to the outside into the Timekeeper's area. He then emerges with the Cruiserweight title, bringing it into the ring like he's going to hit Neville with it. Then the ref taking the title away, and as the ref's back's turned, Enzo kicking Neville in the dick. Then with the roll-up, 1, 2, 3, your winner, and the new Cruiserweight champion Enzo Amore. I don't know what they're doing here. But between that and what happened on Raw, it's clear Enzo is supposed to be they're turning Enzo heel, which is clear, and which I don't I understand it completely because hey, it's worked before in that position. If people are going to pay to see him get his ass kicked, let him. But that match should have been booked differently to where it was a more competitive match and not winning with a dick kick. And I got heat for comparing Enzo to Eddie Guerrero, but let's face facts, Eddie Guerrero did the same exact things to win championships. And yet he's a legend. But Enzo's so vilified for it. But basically, it's having it in this manner literally makes next to no sense to me. It's all like we've seen this before, but I've never seen this level of hate for it. But then again, what's done's done. At least for the time being, your Cruiserweight champion, Enzo Amore. Well, it's time for the main event, the other WrestleMania caliber match between where Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman faced off for the Universal Championship. This part is going to be very brief because yeah. All this hype, all these beatdowns, and then get to the match, Braun being dominant, Braun beating the crap, and then all of a sudden it's fuck you and Brock Lesnar, F5, I'm out. That's pretty much the match in a nutshell, and which is basically what happened. It's literally the same thing that happened with Samoa Joe at Great Balls of Fire. It's These guys are going to get their offense in. They're going to look really good. Maybe take a few suplexes, then look really good again, and then it's fuck you, F5, I'm out. Ah! Ah! What's the point? Ah! I know they're like doing this, and then now we're not going to see Lesnar again on TV until the Royal Rumble. So here we're going to be another 4 months without seeing the champion, which kind of proves Miz's point. I actually tweeted about this while watching Raw. Ah! I swear the booking makes my head hurt sometimes. You do these things and you don't even make it competitive. It's just, I'm done. Kind of like how you booked Alexa Bliss one-on-one matches. She's getting beaten, she's getting ragged on, and I win. It just, oh, man. Oh. I think I've got to either start drinking more when I watch these or just turn my brain off because thinking about it makes my head hurt. You're booking Strowman as this monster and then having it to where it's going to be this collision course, and then it's like, fuck you, I'm Brock Lesnar. Pretty much. Very, very frustrating. Very frustrating. But your winner, and still Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar. Okay, well that was No Mercy 2017 in a nutshell. Well, it was going to be like the high points and the low points. Well, the high point was obviously the first half of the card. The low points, the second half. I would easily say the match of the night was the Fatal 5-Way for the women's title because it was, very competitive, very even. And it just kind of balanced out that, the top of that women's division. And it is going to be interesting when Asuka debuts on TLC. Especially whether or not she's going to be going directly for the Raw Women's Championship. But just sticking with No Mercy, that's like I said, I felt like we got half a pay-per-view. And I would say the WrestleMania caliber matches, at least what they said were WrestleMania caliber matches, were not. No, not even close to WrestleMania caliber, because WrestleMania is supposed to be the best. It's supposed to be, finishing things. And but still, I would say the low point, I'm not even going to say that Enzo winning the way he won was the low point. The low point was all the hard work that went into building Braun Strowman ended in one F5. As far as, what am I going to do with the levels? I couldn't drink because I had to go to work right after. So I can't say how many beers I was into the show. Everybody does stars. Everybody does letter grades. Yeah, this is going to get the Moose and Ren and Stimpy. No, sir. I don't like it. It could have, like I said, I feel like we only got half a pay-per-view. And now you've got the better part of a month before TLC. And here's hoping that there is improvement, because clearly there is a lot of room for it. If I was going to give it stars, I wouldn't give it 1. If I was going to give it a grade, I would have said it needs to repeat. Basically, so what did you guys think of No Mercy. Feel free, of course, to drop a line in the comments section below. As always, you can talk to me via my social media. And as always, please like this video, share it with everyone you know and a few people you don't. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel and tap the bell for notifications. You guys are awesome. I'm glad we survived this together. So, until next time, I am the Guido, and I think we're done here.